ilovetraining.net, and today I'm here with Stefan Lamping at MaxFit Performance in Bangkok. So welcome. So as you know, this is called I Love Training. So the first question is, why do you love training?
Why I love training? Well, it's a long story. It all started when I was a kid. I was quite overweight, quite chubby, and the kids were making fun of me, and I had a lot of problems with it, especially when I started to do some sports because my knees were hurting a lot and my back. Then I started a fitness program, and my life changes for good.
Okay. How so? What changed?
Well, what happened? I lost all the weight and I became a bodybuilder, and from there on I was obsessed about fitness. Did it almost every day.
And so, get a little bit more. How did you get started? How did you get into it? How did you go from the chubby kid to the bodybuilder?
Well, in the beginning, I did a lot of other things. I tried a lot of other things. I went to the gym. I started to train, but I didn't really know what I was doing. So I wanted to lose fat. So I just thought that 2 hours of running and stepping on the cross trainer behind the ladies, so you can see some nice views, get the heart rate up a lot, for 2 hours. It did work. I actually lost a lot of weight after a month. But in a combination with a diet where I didn't eat anything at all, I felt very miserable. I lost a lot of weight, but I just felt so weak, so I stopped, and then I went back to my normal habits. Which were drinking a lot, partying a lot, and eating a lot. So all the weight came back on, and even worse, I was actually become heavier. So I was kind of like a yo-yo. I lost weight, I gained weight, I lost weight, and I gained weight.
Okay. So then, what happened? How did you? Because obviously you kind of got out of that yo-yo.
Well, I noticed that there was a weight room. So they had dumbbells and barbells, and there was this guy training. He was very muscular, and actually he was a fitness professional, around the same age as me. So we started to become friends. I helped him out with a bench press one time, and then we started to train together. And in 2 years' time, I became a bodybuilder. I did my first competition, and then from there, I quit my job as an electrician and became a fitness professional myself.
Cool. And so obviously as a bodybuilder, you must have been training pretty hard, eating pretty hardcore. You weren't eating just whatever. How did you train? How did you eat back then?
Well, in that time I was also did a little bit different things than I'm doing now. Because at that time a lot of bodybuilders were eating 20 eggs a day and eating 5 or 6 bananas.
So how did you eat? Because I've known some of your stories, and it's quite funny. So just how did you train? Let's start with that. How did you train back in the day? Did you?
Well, I always did back to the basics, and that's what I'm still using for a lot of clients. Well, at that days I was doing more one muscle group at one day, but right now I'm training a lot of clients the whole body. I train let them train all the muscle groups, all the compound movements, so like deadlifts, squats, the bench press, pull-ups. I was kind of doing that too with when I was doing bodybuilding.
And again, just back in those days, not what you would advise people to do now, but how did you eat back then?
I was eating very, very clean and very, very strict as well. I remember that I was eating almost a kilo of chicken a day.
It worked though, right?
It did work. My mom, she got crazy because I had also all the supplements, like the protein powders in the kitchen, and all my meat was frozen, like more than 40 kilos of meat in the freezer, all weighted by the gram, the single grams. So that was a bit too much, but
how did you do, just so people get an idea, because you were working at the time, right, as an electrician, so did you just bring the Tupperware boxes full of chicken and rice and whatever?
The amount of food I brought the people thought that was for the whole week, but that was just for one day. So I had a whole cool box with 5 meals, all in Tupperware boxes, and some fruits, and that was what I did, and it helped a lot. It really got me a lot of discipline.
And during that time, no drinking.
No, I was kind of like a little bit extreme. because that's me. If I really go for it, I go for it like 100%.
Yep.
And then, yeah, I really didn't do anything else. I didn't enjoy going out with friends, or it was only like training, sleeping, and eating.
Yeah.
That was it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how about now? I mean, you got your own gym now. You're very busy.
Yeah.
You're not as ripped as you used to be when you were a competitive bodybuilder, right? But still, you're still pretty good shape. So how do you do it? What's your current training?
Well, I believe in the right balance right now, and what I do with training is I like to do kind of CrossFit style, like in and out. I have to be careful though, because I have a lower back palm. Yeah. So I cannot do the heavy lifts like the squats I really love to do, and deadlifts. But still, I try to train 4 times a week, and I try to focus on the whole body. You know?
Okay. So every workout you train the whole body, or do you
no, I actually,
lower body, upper body? Or
I like to do a split routine. So one day I do upper body, where I really like to do pull-ups and push-ups, like a bodyweight exercise.
Okay.
Then the second set or superset will be a bench press and a dumbbell row, for example. And yeah, then I will hit the arms, and for my cardio, I love the tires. Like we have the big truck tires with ropes on it, and we pull it up and down the street.
Yep.
So yeah, that will really get me, and that's really what I like to do.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
And how about food these days? Do you still eat a kilo of chicken every day?
No, not anymore. Right now I use Padio food, delivery service, so they actually bring your food to your house.
Okay.
I just focus on eating clean, unprocessed food. Also eat like 4 or 5 meals a day, not 6 meals I used to do.
Okay.
Yeah, and that works very well. I mean, I feel much better. I feel healthy, and yeah, I mean.
You actually have a bit of a social life.
Exactly. Yeah. I have to. Yeah, you have to get the right balance. You know, it's not. You cannot do extreme things forever.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you're really, like with your clients, you really specialize in fat loss. I'll be the first to admit, I don't know that much about fat loss. You know, I've always been thin naturally. Like I can just skip eating carbs for 2 days and I get ripped. You know, that's just me. So although I have helped some people lose weight, you're much better at it. So what would you recommend for, let's say, somebody who's 40, 50 pounds overweight and needs to get started and needs to make some changes? Obviously, how do you do it? Do you put them on a very strict diet right away, or do you do it step by step? Or
I like to do very short, strict diets though. It's called the 2 weeks flush, the fat flush, and it's only 2 weeks long, so everyone can do 2 weeks, right? It's super short.
Yeah. What does it look like?
It's very simple. It's all back to the basics. What I used to do with bodybuilding, eating every 3 or 4 hours. Focus on vegetables, fruits, and protein every meal. Not too much carbs. So no pasta, no rice. Cut that out. Milk products, dairy, cut them out as well.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah, very extreme for 2 weeks, but it really works well.
Yeah.
And then they see the results, they get motivated. And then after that, what we do is I give them a journal where they start writing down the foods they eat.
Yeah.
And I allow them to have a little bit more carbs. And that does 2 things. The first thing is that they will get to know their body. Because that's what it is. You need to find out what kind of body you have and how you respond to certain foods. When they do the flush diet, they flush everything out of the system. If they start eating some carbs again, like bread, for example, pasta, they always tell me I feel terrible after that. My tummy was getting 4 or 5 centimeters bigger all of a sudden. It blows up. So then they know, okay, those certain foods might not be good for your body. So that's the first thing. The second thing is, they're very motivated because they lost so much weight already, and they want to keep on going. So they're going to be very good.
Yeah.
So with the journal, they kind of write down what they're eating, and I will check that every week to do if they're doing it right. And if they missed a meal, if they eat something bad, or whatever, if they eat some fried food or sugar, or they had a drink, they get a cross. And then if they have more than 4 crosses, they won't get the results. So I still allow them to cheat a little bit, and that's very important, because if you tell someone, okay, eat broccoli and chicken for a whole month, it's not going to work. The broccoli is going to grow out of your ears, and you get sick of the chicken. So that's why you need to really allow yourself to cheat and to enjoy your life as well.
Yeah, good. How about training? Like, what would you recommend, or how do you make your clients, what kind of training do you make?
Well, it all depends on how they are, and that's why I always like to do a fitness assessment first to see which muscles needs some extra work, or if you have any injuries. And from there we take it easy, we take small steps. I mean, I was training this guy who was 180 kilos, and he couldn't even like squat or do any push-ups. So the only thing we were doing was walking.
Yep.
And if you see him now, he lost like 50, 60 kilos, and he's fitter than most people. He can bench press, he can do squats, deadlifts.
He's a pretty tall guy, so 100.
Pretty tall,
It's still 180 kilos, and then he height is.
Exactly, yeah. So you need to take small steps. It's already a big step for them to change their lives and to do something, you know. So yeah, start from there and build it up, and then
Okay, cool. And let's just assume we got somebody who's maybe, well, they want to lose 20 or 50 pounds, but they are able to do stuff. Like, do you recommend them to step on the treadmill like you did in the beginning, or should they go straight into the weights, or should they do stuff at home?
No, I let them eat the diets for sure. Yeah, the best cardio ever, guys. And if you have a treadmill at home, just plug out the plug and walk on the engine.
Yeah, with the motor off.
With the motor off, yeah. It's much better. Yeah.
And with the tires, you mean pulling the tire?
Pulling the tire has some resistance.
So what's good about that?
Well, it does a lot of things. It actually is a kind of a strength exercise as well as a cardio, and it just activates the whole body, and that's very important when you do training. You need to activate as much as muscle fibers as possible to burn a bigger amount of calories.
Okay, cool. Let's see. Let's get back to your own training. What was the time? Like, what kind of training did you do when you had the best results? Like, what was your best training cycle?
The best training cycle was Monday chest and arms, like everyone else. Then Tuesday legs.
How many like on a workout like how many sets and reps?
I was always a believer of 4 sets of 8 reps.
Okay.
I was always doing the 8.
Yeah.
And that worked very well.
Okay. Yeah. So for, let's say, chest, how many exercises did you do?
Oh wow, I killed my chest with like 4 or something, 5 exercises at that time, you know.
Yeah.
Right now I won't do that. I only will do 2 or 3, but yeah, at that time I really wanted to focus on like a bodybuilder, you know.
Okay, so you had chest and arms on Monday, and what else?
Tuesday I did the squats and lunges and Romanian deadlifts.
Yeah, all the leg stuff.
All the leg stuff. Calves. And, then usually Wednesday.
Also 4 sets a day for everything.
Sorry.
Also 4 sets a day for everything.
Always. And then Wednesday I was doing salsa, dancing, so to keep the muscles more flexible.
This is salsa is actually very good at it.
Well, I do my best. I love it. So, and then back to Tuesday, I do another upper body workout.
Okay.
So that was kind of my routine. Another thing, what I did is 1 month I went super heavy, and I had more rest between the sets. And then after 1 month of hard training, I always took 1 week totally off. I did totally nothing.
Okay.
And then I started again. And what I did then, the second month was more the high intensity, higher reps. So 12 reps and supersets. So from 12 pull-ups, go straight into 12 push-ups, for example. So I did that for upper body. So supersets. Same with legs. Like I did squats and straight into the bridges or Romanian deadlifts. And then after 1 month, again, I took a week off, and then back to the strength, back to the heavy lifting.
Okay.
That worked pretty well for me. Yeah.
Cool. And what's the craziest workout that you ever did?
The craziest workout? Well, I remember there was this bodybuilder back in Holland. He was the Dutch champion, and he had his own crunchy gym with dumbbells who fell apart. And we challenged him to let us train for 1 session with my friend. And I believe in 10 or 20 minutes I was on the toilet and I was puking all over the place.
What was like? What did you do?
Well, he was crazy, this guy. He was just no rest at all, and like I think like Arnold Schwarzenegger used to train, you know, like super.
Was it legs or upper body?
He actually we did legs that day. Yeah.
So just a lot of sets, a lot of reps.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's good.
That was the first crazy session. The other crazy session was with you. Remember when I almost broke my back?
Yeah.
And he was laughing. He thought I was joking.
I thought it was, because like you just said, he always does 8 reps. At least back in the day, it was always 8. So like I like to do a little bit lower reps sometimes a little bit higher. Whatever. Stefan was always 8, and he was doing deadlifts. And it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, and all of a sudden he stopped. And I thought, what are you doing? You got 2 more to go. You know, you're gonna do 8. And I thought he was joking.
Yeah.
But yeah, after that he was on the floor. So that's a lesson there. Don't do deadlifts for high reps, because that's when you get tired, you mess up your form and then you mess up your back, right?
Yeah. I mean, I had an injury a long time ago, 10 years ago. I was showing my dad how strong I was. I just started to lift. So I grabbed him and pulled him above my head, and I heard something in my back. Totally wrong, but yeah, I mean, I was still doing training and stuff, but yeah, the first time it went very bad was with you, like 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And then since then my life changes. And now I'm more training, not to look good, but more for a healthy back, you know, because I don't want to be there anymore, because I had it before, I couldn't walk for a whole week, and yeah, I mean, it's
no good having big biceps and a 6-pack if you can't walk. Right?
Exactly. So yeah, in the beginning it was more for me to look good, to feel good, and now it changed a bit in my life. It's more to become healthier and better, you know, with my back. So.
Yeah, good. Let's see. So yeah, that's pretty much it. We got a 4-minute workout, right? We're going to give people if they want to get it. So if you want to get that, just enter your name and email in the form below here, and it's a workout that Stefan's going to show you. You can do it at home. It's a great fat loss workout. You can do it in addition to any program that you may already currently be doing, or if you're not doing any training, then it's a great way to start, right? Any final tips, advice for people?
No, it's not really.
Not really? That sucks, man. Alright, we're at last thing, before I forget, let's take a little tour of your gym here, because we're here at your place in Bangkok, right? So I'll take the camera and show us what you got.
Well, this is the before and after, sorry.
Okay.
So that's me right there.
Where are you?
There.
There we go. Stefan before, Stefan after. And a bunch of other clients that lost weight here.
So yeah, as you can see, there's no machines.
Yeah.
I really believe in training with barbells, dumbbells, kettlebells. This stuff is to hang yourself, you know. It's actually for pull-ups.
How does that work?
Well, you just bring your knee in like this, and then pull yourself up.
Okay, so for people that cannot do a pull-up by themselves,
yeah,
they can
for
still.
For you, Thomas.
Yeah. Oh, I gotta try that sometime. Let it go up here. So what's this?
So this was the workout for today. They did.
Is for yourself or for clients?
They're for myself and my clients. They call it German volume training. So that means you do 100 reps basically. So you do 10 reps and then take 20 seconds off and then do another 10 reps. Okay. And that's what I really like to do right now. Changing the training almost every time. Have some variation. Yeah, that really works well.
Okay, over here, squat rack, bench.
Yep. Some stuff to clean the windows.
That's very good. All right, so
let me show you the tires.
Yeah, let's do that. And when people come to the gym here, do they train in groups? Do they train by themselves? How does it work?
Yeah, both. We have private training and we have the smaller group training, 4 or 5 people in the group. But then still you get the private attention and you get your own workout in the group. So it's kind of like private training but with more people.
Which is more fun, right?
Yeah.
So these are your famous tires.
So this is the famous.
So you got a tire with some stones in it.
Yeah, you put some stones in it, then have 2 handles, and just go for a run. Just like that.
And
great cardio.
Yeah. So a lot of people think that this is maybe great for young athletes and stuff like that, but you make everybody do it, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. Maybe lower the weight a bit for others, but it's perfect for everyone. Even with people who have knee injuries or like ankle pain, it's perfect because there's not a lot of impact on the joints when you run, for example.
Yeah. So it's actually safer than running.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Cool.
So
you got a big fat tire here as well. What do you do with that?
Yeah. What we do with that is just we look at it. It looks good. It looks cool, right? Now we flip it or we slam on it with a hammer. Then we like to do the ropes as well.
How's that work?
Great cardio. So you bend the knees and take waves as fast as you can. And you can do a lot of different stuff. Circles. Yeah, just to make it fun and excited. So.
All right, cool. People want to know more about you or want to get in touch with you. What's the best way?
Yeah, we'll just go to the website, maxfitbangkok.com.
Okay.
And you can find us on YouTube as well. We have a lot of different videos and yeah.
Okay, and where's your gym?
My gym is in Soy Sukhumvit 31 and another gym in Chengwatana, near the Nichida area.
Which is both in Bangkok, right? Thailand?
Yeah, that's still Bangkok, but
So might get people from all over the world watching this, so you gotta come to Bangkok.
Let's go, let's come.
All right, thank you very much.
All right, cool.
Talk later.
Yo.
Bye!